Hey y'all, welcome back to This Week On, this series where I tell you everything I've been watching and kind of quickly review all the new movies, shows, and some throwback things I've been watching so that you get kind of an idea of what your weekly forecast of media should look like. The first thing I caught up on was something that I've seen advertised pretty much everywhere because I feel like I am the target audience for this show, is Only Murders in the Building, which is a new Hulu original starring Selena Gomez, Martin Short, and Steve Martin, three residents of a New York apartment building who love the same true crime podcast until someone in their building is murdered, and they, being the true crime enthusiasts that they are, decide to track down the mystery and find the killer. This series is one I have seen advertised and was like, I need to check that out. I love the first 3 episodes so far, and I highly recommend it for all of you who are week-to-week watchers like me, fans of that type of release format for a show. The series is so great. The production design, the costuming, the sets, fantastic, absolutely beautiful. I love the entire feel of the show, and what surprised me but didn't surprise me about this show is that one of the executive producers is Dan Fogelman, who you all who've been following me for a while know is one of my inspirations because he is the creator of This Is Us. He also wrote Tangled and Crazy Stupid Love. 3 of my favorite things to pretty much ever exist. And he is an executive producer on this series along with that entire cast trilogy of Gomez, Martin, and Short. They are phenomenal together. It's a trio that you wouldn't maybe at first glance think to put together, but I think their chemistry works really well on screen. They all have fantastic character layers throughout the show, and it's been really fun to get to see those peeled back in each episode, kind of as you get closer and closer to the mystery, because there's not only the external mystery of the murder, but there's the internal mystery of each of their life stories and what is driving them to solve this mystery. And so I am absolutely loving it. It also, even though it's set in January, it has a lot of early fall vibes, which I'm really into now because I am trying to will the weather in Georgia to get colder. But if you're looking for something to kind of dip your toes into a new show, this is definitely the one I recommend. Additionally, I am catching up on Brooklyn Nine-Nine's final season, which I am so sad that the show is coming to a close. This show has been the epitome of what a great workplace comedy has been in the last several years. It is from creator Michael Schur, who you would know as Mose from The Office, one of the writers and producers of that show, and then also the creator of The Good Place, Parks and Recreation, all that fun jazz. So I absolutely love Michael Schur, but Brooklyn Nine-Nine is such a great show. It is a cop workplace comedy of the 99th precinct in New York City with Detective Jake Peralta, who is, has his alternative ways of going about detective work. The season picks up, season 8, we find Jake and Amy as parents, and we find them dealing with the current events of the world as it stands in 2020 and 2021. I really like the way that the show is choosing to handle certain things because it is not choosing to send a political message down anyone's throat about any topical issue that has gone on in the last year or any current events. However, it is definitely being very careful, thoughtful, and thought-provoking about the issues that it tackles and the way in which it tackles them. This show's characters have been fantastic, and part of the reason is they've found great ways to do casual representation over different issues such as race and sexuality throughout the show's run, and they're definitely not stopping that this last season. I'm only 2 episodes into the final season so far, but I'm really feeling like this is going to be a strong and great send-off to the show. You can tell that the writers have put so much care and effort into making it feel like this is a good send-off for the characters. Really quickly, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I have been trying to get up to date with Bachelor in Paradise because there is so much drama in this show and the episodes are so long that it's sometimes hard to keep up with it on a regular basis. I have gotten up until last Tuesday's episode. So I saw the cake drama. Personally, I would have probably done the same thing. I don't blame her for throwing the cake in the fire. I think Demi is crazy. I'm sure she's a wonderful person, but in the show, either she chooses to be portrayed in this light or the producers really know how to spin all the things she's doing to make her look 10 times crazier. But she is just a person I don't feel like I would deal with well in a show setting like this. I'm sure she can be rather annoying. I don't know what Kenny's doing. I feel like he's throwing stuff away, especially because there was a spoiler this week that released that he proposes to someone, and I was kind of like, that's interesting. Unless it's Demi, which I am just gonna say it now, if he proposes to her, that is just going down the dumpster fire. I really liked Jacinia and Ivan up until this week, which they seem to not really be together because of the new guy's arrival. I also really love Serena P and Joe, but I'm sure that's going to be complicated rather soon if not the episode that I need to catch up on, with Kendall arriving to the beach. And I'm also ready for Becca to show up and kind of stir the pot even more. I gotta hand it to the producers of this show. The producers of this show are so smart. They're so ready and willing to poke fun at the rest of the Bachelor franchise's whole format when that feels very self-serious and takes itself, you know, to be like, we're really finding love here, whereas Bachelor in Paradise has a lot more fun with stuff, and I personally think that's why people find more better connections in that setting, is because it feels more naturalistic and there's just kind of a lot going on. Anyways, I will be doing kind of weekly updates of Bachelor in Paradise as I catch up. If you want my takes on stuff, go to my Twitter, Sasha Raquel with 2 extra L's at the end, because sometimes I tweet about it or like tweets and reference of stuff like while the show's going on, but recently I haven't been able to catch it live, so I'll just kind of be doing my reviews, my quick little summations here. Also, shout out to all of you who let me know that you watched that show, because I just feel like reality television brings people together, because it's such like a, oh, I'll just put it on, but then you get invested. So shout out to all of you who were like DMing me and saying you watched the show too. Last, and this is a single episode that I want to recommend, is Strangers on a Dublin Train, the episode of Modern Love season 2 on Amazon. I watched like sporadic episodes from the first season of the show, mainly ones with actors I knew or really liked. And this was the episode with Lucy Boynton and Kit Harington that I really wanted to watch. So sweet, so touching, really is just like a total meet cute situation. I really liked the Kristen Milioti, Tina Fey, and Dev Patel episodes of the first season, but after that I kind of fell off. And season 2, I scrolled through other episodes. Nothing really caught my eye, but that one is just such a wholesome, like, cute little episode, and I highly recommend it to any Bohemian Rhapsody or Game of Thrones or Lucy Boynton or Kit Harington fans, just because it's so sweet and so cute, and I think it's just a very uplifting episode. This just in. Guys, we have a news report. UGA whooped Clemson this weekend. Okay, I'm sorry. I've got to throw this in somewhere because otherwise I'm not going to ever have a place to talk about it. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Our defense is amazing, absolutely incredible. Go Dogs, baby. Go Dogs. Also, this just in. What We Do in the Shadows is back this week. The first 2 episodes of season 3 dropped on FX on Friday, and since FX is owned by Disney, which also owns Hulu, the episodes are streaming on Hulu right after, so if you have a Hulu subscription, please go watch it. The show is hysterical, and I think it's a really smart place where they picked up after the cliffhanger that was the season 2 finale, with the reveal that Guillermo is a vampire slayer and killed all the vampires, and now Nandor, Laszlo, and Nadja are becoming the leaders of the Vampiric Council of Staten Island. I think it's extremely funny of a show. Both the first 2 episodes were incredibly clever, and it's very also like early fall, like getting ready for Halloween vibes, and I just really love this series and the mockumentary format of it. It's truly hysterical, and I'm really excited to see where this season goes. Last but not least, we have our throwback section. I rewatched both the Tom Holland SpiderMan movies. Now I know he's in Civil War and Infinity War and Endgame, but I really just watched Homecoming and Far From Home. He's the best Spider-Man to me. I'm sorry, you can have it any other way. I get it that some people feel like Peter Parker's not supposed to be a sort of like hot looking teenage boy, and Spidey is supposed to be a little bit more intense, and I think it just works really well what the MCU has been able to do with Spider-Man, and I totally disagree with people, respect their opinion, but totally disagree that Far From Home doesn't hold up on a rewatch. I still think that the elementals are a really cool element, and I don't think it really ruins anything that they're fake, because I think it kind of adds to the fact of Peter's feelings of insufficiency as a new Avenger when he can't take them down, but it's honestly because they're fake and they weren't designed for him to be taken down. I think that final sequence on the bridge where he catches the bullet and the drones kill Mysterio is still brilliant, and I absolutely cannot wait for No Way Home to kind of see the amalgamation of the villains from prior Spider-Man films with Tom Holland, and potentially with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, although I'm still not ready to jump on that train because I don't want to be disappointed. That, guys, is going to be it for this week on. I'm trying to race my battery to finish this video, so please let me know down below what you've watched this week, and I will add it to my watch list for the weekend. Be sure to like this video if you liked my recommendations, and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Thank you all again for watching this. Have an absolutely amazing day or night whenever you're watching this, and I will see you all in my very next video. Bye, y'all.